Hi there, Steve Rigby here with the Income Strategy Blueprint, lesson number 3, and this is going to show you how you can build a second income stream. So just going back a little bit, previously in lesson 1 we looked at the origins and evolution of the Income Strategy Blueprint, how I went from excuse me, student debt to 32, paying off my student loans, to financial independence by the time I reached age 49. I went through a little bit about what you do and don't need. You don't need lots of technology. A laptop and a phone will do the job. You don't need to be spending hours and hours looking at financial information, because the strategy takes care of all of that. We looked at the first way of starting this process, the first income stream. You're opening trades, selling cash secured puts, so using your cash to develop an income stream and potentially acquire stock at discount, and that's where we start. So this is the second trade, building your second income stream with the next trade in this strategy blueprint. It's a sequence that we follow. So this is once we've been selling cash secured puts for a while and we've been pulling in that income, we will inevitably at some stage be assigned a stock position. So once we've got the stock in our account, we can then sell some options every single month to build another income stream until we sell that stock off. And this allows us to do the same thing, keep building income as we go, but also enables us to sell the stock that we've got at a premium. And you can collect hundreds of dollars in minutes. If you've seen any of my other trading videos, you'll see me do this in minutes from all sorts of different places, on mountaintops, next to swimming pools, on beaches. It's once you've got the strategy down, it's very versatile. So let's just go back to the building blocks of options. I'm just going to take my big Swede off here. There we go. So back to the definitions of options. And when we started off, we were put sellers. So we used our cash to sell puts, to collect income, and then essentially we end up maybe buying some stock at a reduced cost, and we've built things as we go. Now, once we've got the stock positions, we sell calls. So we're always selling options to get paid, and we sell calls and take on an obligation to sell the stock that we've got at our particular strike price. So we cycle through these two approaches: selling puts to collect income and accumulate shares, sell calls to collect income, and then sell shares. Okay, so they're covered calls. They're called covered calls because they're not naked. They're covered by the fact that we've got the stock. We've got the stock in our account and we're able to meet the obligation to sell it. Okay, so when we've been assigned the stock by selling cash secured puts, we then go on to sell calls for our second income stream against that stock position. So this is the next stage in our cycle. We do this every single month. We just keep collecting the income. This is how we build our income until we're obliged to sell that stock at our chosen strike price. So here's an example with SLV. So remember that option contracts have an expiration to them. They finish at a particular date. So if we look ahead 52 days into the future, we can choose the December the 20th expiration. Typically, we choose around 40 to 50 days into the future so that we can collect a decent amount of premium, but it's not so far into the future that it becomes very unpredictable. So that's why we choose around about that date. And then we can see all of these strike prices down here. So with SLV currently trading at 1668, and I've got a position in SLV, I could choose the 17 strike and sell calls this time. So I'm selling calls, and we sell at the bid. So there's a bid and an ask in a two-sided market. You sell at the bid, you buy at the ask. So we can sell an option contract for $0.46 here for a strike price of 17. Okay, so what this means is that for each option contract that we sell, that commands 100 shares. That would be $0.46 per share that we are getting paid, or $46 per contract. Okay. So just to summarize that, what that means is that we sell a call with a $17 strike price, and we get paid $0.46 per share or $46 per contract, and we take on the obligation to sell 100 shares of SLV at $17 up until that expiration date in December. Okay, so what that means is what can happen then if SLV, the price of SLV just bounces around and stays below $17, then the person who bought the option contract is not going to exercise his or her rights and assign that contract, because they can already buy those shares in the marketplace for less than $17. They are only interested in exercising their rights if the price of SLV goes above $17. They're effectively paying to lock in that price of $17. We collect that money and we're saying, okay, we own these shares. If the price of SLV goes above 17, we're still willing to, we're still take on that obligation to sell you the shares at $17. So we might potentially, if SLV goes up to 17.5 or 18, we're potentially losing some of that growth in the price of the stock, but we're getting paid $0.46 per share to take on that obligation. Okay, so if the price stays below 17, we just keep the $46 per contract. We keep that anyway. If it go and if it stays below 17, nothing happens to us. We just take that money and we carry on selling covered calls every month. If the price of SLV goes above 17 by expiration, then the we will be obliged to sell our shares at $17. But just notice that because we've been paid $0.46 per share, our effective selling price becomes $17.46. So it's a really good way of building income and being able to sell shares at a premium. It's a powerful approach to selling shares. Okay, I see there's a lot of information to take in here, but just to summarize, if we've got shares, we can sell covered calls for income and against our stock positions that we've already been assigned previously, and at a strike price that we are happy to sell them for. So we get to choose the strike price. Typically, a lower strike price will give us more premium. A higher strike price will give us less premium. We just make that decision. And we can do this every single month until the stock is sold at our chosen strike price. So we could end up selling at 17 every month, and we just keep collecting that money until eventually we get that stock gets sold away. If the price of SLV drops, then we have to choose whether we continue to hold our stock or we continue to just sell covered calls to keep pulling in some income. But those are decisions that we make as we go. So we've got an indication there of how this fits together, and this is really the basis of this income machine that I sometimes talk about. I've called it the put call cycle. So if we start at the top left here, this is what we did in lesson 2. We start by selling cash secured puts. We can sell cash secured puts, for example, in SLV every month, let's say 16, a strike price. And we do that until eventually, inevitably, we get assigned the shares at that discount. So we create the income stream and then we accumulate some shares. And then we sell covered calls against those shares repeatedly every month to create another income stream until the shares are called away. We sell them on and then we return to our cash position, and then we go back to the beginning and we start to sell puts again. So we just do this, and we can do this with SLV, or one of my preferred trades is with an oil ETF, and I'll talk about the reasons for that a bit later on in another video. But we can just cycle through this strategy. We start with our cash, we sell puts, we build income, we are assigned, and I'm going to have to shut this down. And so we got this cycle. Okay, so that's the income machine. That's how we selling puts, selling covered calls, and I'll see you in the next video for a live covered call demonstration. Okay, bye for now.